India crosses 40,000 cases again after 2 weeks. Kerala drives India's COVID surge over 30,000 cases for 2 days. Centre warns all states to celebrate festivals with caution. India's new drone rules announced. Landmark moment, says the Prime Minister. Air taxis could now be reality soon, says the Aviation Minister. And Supreme Court to begin hybrid hearings, both physical and virtual, from the 1st of September. Meanwhile, government clears appointment of 9 new Supreme Court judges, swearing in on the 31st of August. Let's now shift focus to COVID now. 46,164 fresh COVID cases have been reported in India in the span of the last 24 hours. That's up 22.7%. Deaths reported 607, down 6.3%. Daily positivity rate remains less than 3% for the last 31 days. Vaccination in the last 24 hours, 73,19,206. That's up over 5%. Now, the big worry, though, remains Kerala, which reported 68% of the country's cases on Thursday. The union government has warned all states to celebrate festivals with caution after Kerala has shown a huge spike in cases after Onam. Uma Sudhir reports.
With Kerala reporting 68% of the country's cases post-Onam, the centre has warned that upcoming festivals must be celebrated with COVID-appropriate behaviour.
We are still in the midst of the second surge of COVID-19, particularly in the light of our experience that after every festival we see a spike, and therefore the coming month of September and October are crucial for us.
Union Minister from Kerala, V. Muralidharan, blamed the Kerala government for allegedly using the pandemic for political objectives.
Central team which visited the state apparently had pointed out that the contact tracing is not up to the mark. The government, instead of adopting a scientific method, was trying to take a decision on the basis of political considerations.
A central team that visited Kerala had said contact tracing is low, the state is testing less, and that its home quarantine plan has failed. The Congress too attacked the left front government's alleged mismanagement with a mock protest, saying Kerala is in the ICU.
So the symbolic protest that Kerala is in the ICU, and before it gets carried away in an ambulance, the government needs to take better action.
Kerala has the lowest seroprevalence and a large elderly population, but it has managed to vaccinate 70% of its eligible population. And that's why 90% of the cases are mild and not hospitalized under home quarantine, and therefore the hospital infrastructure has not been overwhelmed despite the rising cases. With Meher Pandey in Delhi, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
The Supreme Court on Thursday said that the states have to protect children who have either lost one or both parents during the COVID pandemic and ensure that their education is not disrupted, at least in the current academic session. The Apex Court said that the identification of such children is the starting point to find out their needs, and their welfare is of paramount consideration.
14-year-old Ojasvi, a resident of Hapur in western Uttar Pradesh, lost both her parents within a span of 10 days 4 months ago. The 10th class student of Delhi Public School is now under the guardianship of her 78-year-old grandfather, who runs the household on his pension.
अभी राशन कार्ड बना है, राशन कार्ड से बच्ची को फ्री में राशन मिल रहा है और स्कूल में एडमिशन कराया है गवर्नमेंट ने फ्री में। एक आर्थिक सहायता के लिए भी 22 जुलाई को बोला गया था कि 12,000 रुपये सबके खाते में भेज दिए जाएंगे, लेकिन वो अभी आए नहीं।
India's top court today came to the rescue of such children who have lost either one or both parents to COVID. A 2-judge bench said that states must ensure the continuation of private school education for COVID orphans, that they must initiate a dialogue with private schools, and that either schools waive the fee or they pay it. The court said that these children are vulnerable and can end up as child labourers. The court also said that the process of identifying children in distress must be expedited and assistance be given only to those in need. The centre told the top court that school education until the age of 18 years is covered by PM CARES, that admission will be done in the nearest Kendriya Vidyalaya or in a private school, and that PM CARES will also pay for expenditure on uniforms and books. According to a report submitted by the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights in the Supreme Court, 6,855 children have been orphaned across the country, while 68,218 children have lost one parent. Maharashtra has the highest number of COVID orphans, followed by Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh.
The Supreme Court also told all states that the child welfare committees should follow the timelines and there should be no delay in identifying distressed children, as their welfare is of paramount consideration. With Adnan from Hapur and Akshay Dongre in New Delhi, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
Now, big changes in India's drone rules have been announced. No security nod is now needed for registration and issuing of licenses. Number of forms have been reduced from 25 to 5. Air taxis are very possible under the new drone policy. That's what the aviation minister has said.
Limitless sky has always been limited for drone owners and operators. But thanks to new and liberal drone rules 2021 notified by the central government, this limit has been widened now. I'm Arun Singh and I'm here to give you a few highlights of new drone rules 2021. Number one, several approvals have been abolished. Approvals like unique authorization number, unique prototype identification number have been abolished. Number of forms have been reduced from 25 to 5. Number of fees reduced from 72 to 4. Quantum of fees has also been reduced and delinked with drone size. For instance, the fee for a remote pilot license fee has been reduced from 3,000 rupees to 100 rupees for all categories of drones. No permission is required in the green zone, and yellow zone has been reduced from 45 to 12 km from airport perimeter.
जो सुरक्षा की स्वीकृति की जरूरत होती थी ड्रोन के लाइसेंस के लिए या रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए, उस नियम को भी हमने खारिज कर दिया है। विश्व में आने वाले समय में जो एयर टैक्सीज की शोध की जा रही है और उसमें नए स्टार्टअप्स बन रहे हैं।
Ankit Kumar, who runs a drone consultancy firm AGI, says these new rules will encourage foreign players as well.
We find one critical element which has come into the light, which is allowing the foreign OEMs and foreign companies to also venture into the Indian market. We see the next 12 months to the tune of $217 million to be invested by foreign OEMs and foreign companies.
As a Sky Air Mobility, our primary focus is on drone-based logistics services. As mentioned in the new drone rules, we are going to develop dedicated drone corridors for cargo delivery purposes. You can just imagine a person needs blood in the mountainous regions, and now we will be able to deliver it within a few minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted that these rules will help startups and youth working in this sector. On the other hand, Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia said that this will not only revolutionize logistics and transportation industry, but will also create change ripples in agriculture, healthcare and mining, etc. With Pavan Pandey and camera person Azam Siddiqui, Arun Singh for NDTV.
Yeah, the big story center has cleared all 9 names recommended by the Supreme Court Collegium, 3 of them women. Justice B.V. Nagaratna is now in line to become the first woman Chief Justice of India in 2027.
Finally, history to be made in the Indian judiciary. Justice B.V. Nagaratna, currently judge in Karnataka High Court, to become the first woman Chief Justice of India in 2027.
This is another aspect which we deal.
She will be following in the footsteps of her father, the late Justice E.S. Venkataramaiah, Chief Justice of India in 1989. She is one of 9 judges appointed by the President of India after the government cleared the Supreme Court Collegium's recommendation to elevate 8 judges and 1 advocate to the top court. The new judges will be sworn in on Tuesday in the Chief Justice's courtroom. The other 8 judges include 2 women judges. Senior advocate and former Additional Solicitor General P.S. Narasimha directly made a top court judge, will also become the Chief Justice after Justice Nagaratna. The Chief Justice of India in order of their succession are Justice N.V. Ramanna, Justice U.U. Lalit, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Justice B.R. Gavai, Justice Suryakant, Justice Vikram Nath, Justice B.V. Nagaratna and P.S. Narasimha.
For the first time in the Indian judiciary, the top court panel recommended 9 names to the top court judges, and the government without any hesitation cleared it. Another first, 4 women judges will be there after the swearing in on Tuesday, which includes Justice Indira Banerjee, who is already serving. In New Delhi, Arunachalam Vaidyanathan, NDTV.